It's a big day for Bodhi, and he doesn't even know what's coming. It's bath day. Oh, the horror. We always have to break it down into multiple steps, otherwise it's too overwhelming. So it starts with us combing through all of that thick, luscious fur. Isn't that right, Bodhi? Before we can even put him into the bath. All right, I think maybe I was wrong. I think he does know what's up. Look at him. So sad, so woeful. He can't even look at me. It's like, what are you gonna do to me? Bless his heart. He's not gonna like this very much. He's not gonna like it at all. Neither will I. I'll try. Ah, the dreaded pre-brushing. Bodhi endures. It's hard to be a Bodhi. You're doing a good job, Dad. This is part of Dad's technique. He puts the shampoo in and brushes it through. One of the many steps we take to try to prevent mats, but this time of the year with his undercoat, or as we like to call it, undertoad, growing in. We'll see how that works out. What do you think, Bodhi? Done. He's so done. All right, this is the part after the bath where we go on the post-bath walk to kind of shake things up and shake off the water. Okay. Good boy. Bodhi, shake. Good puppy. So we had our post-bath walk, and now his favorite part, in front of the fan. Try those ears, Bodhi. No brushing. You're such a good dog. You know, it can be overwhelming when we realize that it's time to give Bodhi his bath, because it's such a drawn-out ordeal. But each step of the process is important. Combing out his hair beforehand is important because it's less likely to clump further when we bathe him. Combing through his wet shampooed hair while he's in the bath is also important for the same reason. And then again, at the end, you know, combing through as it's drying in front of the dryer, which he loves, by the way. Also incredibly important to the process of making it as painless as possible. But I think that that's really true a lot of the times when we look at a task we have to do that's sort of overwhelming. If we break it down into individual steps, it just makes it a little bit more doable. We can also think about this in terms of what it's like to be an actor with a really big chunk of dialogue that you have to master. To think of taking that whole task on and how you're going to get through it, that'll stop you in your tracks. It's just as important to break that down step by step. Even if you break the scene into beats and then you work on the individual beats, and then even more important, work on the transitions that are connecting the individual beats in your scene. That's incredibly important for your acting. Having that same organizational approach to what we used with Bathing Bodhi, to how you would break down and learn a script, is just as effective. When things seem too big, we have to break them down into smaller chunks. And that makes all the difference in the world. Doesn't make it fun, necessarily, but it makes it more doable, and I think that's half the battle. So, what's the Bodhi that you have to wash today? Can you break it down into bite-sized chunks? Somebody gets pumpkin for extra help on digestion. Can you break it down into smaller steps? That can make all the difference. So whatever the Bodhi is that you have to wash, good luck. Step by step, my friend, step by step.